Moving on, last month, Newark Mayor Cory Booker won the Democratic nomination for Senator of New Jersey. This month, he's dealing with questions about a flirtatious interaction he had online with an exotic dancer. Yes, this week, BuzzFeed broke the very BuzzFeedy story about Lindsay Lee, a Portland stripper who works at the Casa Diablo, which bills itself as the world's first vegan strip club. Lee seems to have carried on a Twitter relationship with Cory Booker, as evidenced by this exchange posted by Lee, in which Booker tells her through a direct message that the East Coast loves her, and by the East Coast, he means him. Now, this is not a scandal. Cory Booker is not married. He's free to talk to whoever he wants to on Twitter. This is not a sex scandal. As far as we know, there haven't been any physical interaction between the two. But since it involves a politician, a stripper, and secret messages, then you can see why it's garnered a lot of attention. A spokesperson for Cory Booker, Kevin Griffiths, was even forced to respond, saying, quote, "I think it's pretty well known that the mayor talks with people from all walks of life on Twitter. There have been a couple of stories about that over the years. Really, the most shocking part of this story was learning there's a vegan strip club in Portland." Fair point. Well, to talk about this issue, as well as the intrigue behind a vegan strip club in Portland, I was joined earlier by none other than the DMer in question herself, Lindsay Lee. And I first asked her if she had any idea the media frenzy she would cause by releasing her Twitter convo with Cory Booker.
No, it was kind of just in our little circle of friends, and it was so long ago that I didn't even think that it would happen, and even that time, and now that it has, it's just weird because it's been so long.
Well, knowing that it has caused all this, do you regret making that conversation public?
No, I mean, it's not a bad conversation. It was just flattery. It's not.
So what do you think's behind the media's obsession sort of with this story? I mean, this isn't a sex scandal or anything. Cory Booker's a single man. He can talk to whoever he wants on Twitter, but this seems to have blown up as though it is some sort of scandal.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why everyone is so obsessed with it. I think it's just because of my profession, and everyone thinks that strippers and politicians or the sex industry should be separate from politics, but I don't think it should.
Since all this blew up recently, have you spoken with Booker?
No, not directly or not through messages. I think they're both just...
Did that stop before the revelation or since the...
Yeah, I hadn't really talked to him since I months ago donated to his campaign, and he said thanks. Like, that was about it.
Now, let's assume that things may have worked out between you and Cory Booker, if that's what you guys were both interested. You guys started dating. How do you think the American electorate would respond to a prominent politician having a girlfriend or a wife who might be a stripper?
Oh, they would hate it. I mean, America is so judgmental and puritanical in most of the states. And I mean, on the West Coast where I live, I don't think it would be a big deal, and maybe part of the East Coast, but definitely the Midwest would hate it.
Booker's spokesperson, his campaign spokesperson, kind of dodged this story a little bit and said the most interesting fact about all this is that there's a vegan strip club in Portland. What makes Casa Diablo the first vegan strip club?
Well, in Oregon, you have to serve food if you have a liquor license, and so since the owner's vegan, all the food is vegan, and all the dancers aren't allowed to wear furs or leathers or anything that came from an animal.
You're not very shy when it comes to posting risque pictures of yourself on social media. Of course, we know of politicians who've recently gotten in trouble doing the same thing, thinking of Christopher Lee, Anthony Weiner. What's up with this double standard?
I guess career-wise, maybe, since mine is more of a promotional marketing thing. I'm a nude model. I'm a stripper. So if people see what I look like, then they will come and want to see me in person. And politicians, I don't think anybody wants to see what they look like under their clothes.
So you don't...
Or at least it won't help their profession.
You don't think Anthony Weiner's pictures would boost his political prowess?
Yeah, I think the two are separate.
All right. Exotic dancer Lindsay Lee, thanks so much for joining me.